It was probably fall of 2006 when we really started to put the timepieces together of this is when the unit's going to go, and oh my gosh, I'm pregnant, and this baby's going to come at the beginning of October, or middle of October, what we thought, and then they came up with the orders and they said, this is your deployment date. And it was kind of a shocking realization that he wasn't going to be able to stay behind for Caden's birth, and that we kind of prepared ourselves for that. He actually came with me to my doctor's appointment that day, and went through all the motions of getting Caden enrolled in TRICARE and all the health benefits, and making sure all that final paperwork was ready before he left. And then he was going to drop me off at home, and stepped out of the car and my water broke. Brennan was able to take me to the hospital and get me checked in for everything, and we went through the whole walking of the halls trying to get labor going, and I think we were up on all sorts of hours. We didn't get any sleep that night, and Caden was born at 3 in the morning, pretty much, a little after 3 in the morning the next day. And Brennan still had things that he had to do and run around for the Army and getting last-minute packing things done, but he spent as much time as he could at the hospital just holding the baby, and all the fun first diaper changes, things like that. He took to being a parent really quickly, and I think that it maybe didn't sink in for him that he had to deploy up until he had to deploy. Brennan was wandering around the company. They were released for breakfast, and he wasn't, he didn't have a ride to get back to the hospital for, an hour more time with us. And one of the guys said, hey, I'm with my family, but I'm gonna drop you off at the hospital, and I'll pick you up at such and such a time. And so all of a sudden he walks back to the door, and I think that was my realization that, one more minute with him was so important, that he got to hold Caden, and that was my oh my gosh moment, that he's really gonna go. That one more sight of him walking through the door was so important.